As Brazil heads into an election year, public security is emerging as a key issue. Nearly one-fifth of the population lives under the rule of criminal gangs, where the state has no presence and where daily life is shaped by violence. Brazil's two largest criminal organizations are the Primeiro Comando da Capital, or PCC, and Rio de Janeiro's Comando Vermelho. Both emerged from the prison system and now dominate drug trafficking, arms smuggling, and extortion networks across the country. The Comando Vermelho controls areas in Rio's north and west zones, where police raids often trigger deadly gun battles in crowded areas. The PCC, based in Sao Paulo, is Brazil's largest criminal group. It operates in most states and controls cocaine routes from Bolivia and Paraguay to Europe-bound ports. As both groups expand across Brazil and into neighboring countries, some politicians are pushing to label them terrorist organizations. The government of President Lula da Silva has opposed that designation, saying the groups are criminal organizations and do not meet Brazil's legal definition of terrorism. Al Jazeera's Yanakiew reports from Sao Paulo on how the influence of Brazil's most powerful criminal group is growing.
Prosecutor Lincoln Gakia never leaves home alone. Up to 16 security agents, some armed, others undercover, follow him everywhere.
Fear has been with me for the past 20 years. I'm a prisoner in my own house.
The threats escalated after Gakia intensified his crusade against the Primeiro Comando da Capital, the PCC, Brazil's largest criminal organization. Earlier this year, police uncovered a plot to assassinate him. At the same time, investigators exposed the true scale of the PCC's reach. Billions of dollars earned from drug sales in Europe were laundered through legitimate businesses, public transportation, fuel stations, hotels, toy stores, even bakeries.
The PCC is now one of the largest criminal organizations in the world. More than 40,000 members, an estimated $2 billion a year, active in 28 countries.
The group began as a handful of prisoners in Sao Paulo, demanding better conditions behind bars. Today, authorities compare it to the Italian mafia. Investigative journalist Fátima Souza, who first reported on the PCC, says the organization is bound by a strict code of silence and loyalty. Its original handwritten rules surfaced during a prison riot.
Loyalty, respect and solidarity above all else. Those released from prison who failed to support those inside are sentenced to death without pardon.
The code has kept the PCC's leader, Marcos Camacho, known as Marcola, in power, even after nearly 30 years in prison. He is described as fearless. Last year, a businessman linked to the group, who had been cooperating with authorities as a whistleblower, was executed at Sao Paulo's international airport. Yet unlike Rio de Janeiro, where teenagers are seen brandishing their rifles at parties, public violence has largely vanished from the city's favelas. Paraisópolis, one of the largest, is a striking example.
Tourists come to this rooftop bar because they feel safe. They get the favela experience without feeling threatened.
Walking through Paraisópolis, what stands out is the absence of drug traffickers on the streets carrying guns, a scene common to favelas in Rio de Janeiro. There's a reason for this. In Sao Paulo, the PCC has established total control over the territory and doesn't need to compete for power with other gangs. In fact, the organization has moved beyond the streets into the formal economy and even financial institutions.
If Brazil does not act urgently, it risks becoming a narco-state, an economy dependent on drug money.
With national elections approaching, investigators warn the PCC may soon buy something more powerful than guns: political influence. Yanakiew, Al Jazeera, Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Don't miss out and get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.